Namaskar, welcome you all. In this video, NIS welcomes you and we will be doing lesson number 4. This is for secondary level. The name of the lesson is Cooperative, Society and Joint Stock Companies. As you can see on the screen, the name written is Cooperative Societies and Joint Stock Companies. There are different famous companies like Tata Company or coal companies like Reliance, DLF. There are some chemical industries also. There are different kinds of industries, companies which are really doing good business and they are giving benefit to the society. In this lesson, we will be discussing all those in detail. The word cooperative means it is made up of two words, co plus operative. It means operating with. There may be 2, 3 or more people involved, and when they are working together, so that is known as cooperative. Like in any organization also, there are different departments. It is kind of similar thing, cooperative societies. In cooperative societies, there are different characteristics. The first characteristic is about voluntary association. The second important characteristic is that it is open for all to be a member of it. The third important characteristic is there is a separate legal entity. These are some more characteristics. The fourth one is source of finance. The fifth is a service motive, a people who are motivated to provide services. And the sixth characteristic is people have voting power to select their representative. All these 6 characteristics are linked with cooperative societies. Like earlier, we had discussed about the voluntary association, that was the first point. So, voluntary association is according to the person's own liking. A person who is willing to join can become a member. If the work is going on and a person is interested to be at the same position, he can continue for as long as he or she likes and also leave the society at his or her own will. It is up to his or her own choice. The second point which we discussed earlier was open membership. It means the membership is open for all. Whoever is willing to join, whether he is of any caste, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, any caste, any gender, color, any religion, there can be any one who is willing. It is for all people. The main motive is work. If a person is interested to work, in the company, then he is welcome to be a member. The third point which we discussed was separate legal entity. It explains that we must seek the registration. As we all know, there are some acts, and according to the Act of 1912, the act is about cooperative societies. It comes under the Cooperative Societies Act of the state government. So, they give the registration. So, this is a must to form our society, and if the registration is not done, then it is not accepted. So, this is very important that we register our company. The next important point is source of finance. Just as we form our society, we have to invest and we have to raise the capital, and all the members share the capital. So, we can ask for loan also, we can raise loan, and also we can get grants from different government or private offices. If our society is not registered, then it will be easy for us to get a loan. The next important characteristic was service motive. As we all know, the primary aim of the society is to provide service to its members and to earn reasonable profit for the society. The next important characteristic is voting power. As we all know that in our society there is a competition, and because of that we have voting for the selection of right person. So, it is a power, voting power. So, there are different types of cooperative societies. The first one is consumers cooperative societies. The second one is producers cooperative societies. This is for the companies and industries. Big companies, they get the raw material and then they produce it and then they sell it. So, they are the producers cooperative societies. The third one is marketing cooperative societies. M is for marketing. So, C, consumer cooperative societies, the second is producers cooperative societies, and third one is marketing cooperative societies. There are some more cooperative societies, and the fourth one is thrift and credit cooperative societies. I would be explaining all these in detail further. Just recently we discussed few points about the societies. So, the first consumers cooperative societies which we are going to discuss is, this society is formed to protect the interest of general consumers by making goods available at the reasonable price, like we discussed about the producers, and also about the marketers. The third one is consumers cooperative societies. Like if the marketing society, or we all know as in malls there are different stalls for marketing for vegetables and stalls. It is a similar kind of a place in marketing society. In producer society there are different stalls or sections. In the producers society they provide material at a reasonable rate, and sometimes they add some percentage for their own profit, so that consumers can buy those things. And the producers societies and the market society, they just try to get the direct benefit. Now, this one is producers cooperative societies. Like it is just like marketing or producers, both societies are kind of similar. They are also independent societies. They do not interfere in others' decision. The producer society can have different norms. Now, this one is producers cooperative society. In this we can make different kinds of materials, tools, equipments available to the like fridge, AC, all these different materials which are used in our daily life, they can be made available. Like in producers societies we discussed, it is now marketing cooperative society. The marketer comes to the producer, like in case we make the garment production, then they buy the produced material in bulk, and with some modification as per their choice or decision, they can add or they can do the expenditure as per their own needs and requirements, do the necessary modification, and then they can do the marketing of those products according to their will. In marketing cooperative societies, they take the responsibility of selling their products at any reasonable rate in the market. Now, this one is thrift and credit cooperative societies. It is formed for financial support to the members. If the society is not registered and government wants some proof or anything, any other related document, so for that they can apply for the other ways to get the work done, to get the loan approved. But there would be some percentage of profit, 2 or 3% that would be given to those agent or the mediators for their profit. So, they may ask for any number of profit or commission as per their agreement. Now, this one is Cooperative Group Housing Society. These are formed by residential societies to provide the residential houses to all its members, different companies to support them. But some amount of money is deducted from their salary or source. Now, this one is Cooperative Group Housing Society. They purchase land and construct houses also, sometimes flats, sometimes their team involve their members and give these services to their team members or workers. They give housing services to their team members only, not to the outsiders. Let us now discuss the advantages of cooperative societies. The first one is about voluntary organization. The second one is democratic control, and the third one is open membership. The fourth one is elimination of the mediator's profit. The fifth one is the liability is limited. The last point is their life is stable. It is not at loss, it is continue, that we will understand further. The first point which we discussed is voluntary organization. We will be understanding, like there are people who are interested and motivated to form an association. They may leave the association. The democratic control is an important point which comes under cooperative society. As we say that management is democratic, it is open for all. So, anyone can become a member who is willing to work. There is no strict rule for any male or female. If anyone is not interested, he or she may leave the organization. Like the middleman's profit, the mediator's profit is eliminated. There can be direct purchase from the manufacturer. The marketer, he can further do the marketing.
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं। क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।
करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, संसाधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से
जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम अपना जीवन स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।